Back in 2019, we took a trip to Austin. We were living in New York and wanted to go somewhere with incredible food. And we ate everything, tried places we never heard of, and walked into restaurants just because, well, they looked interesting. It's actually one of the reasons we moved there. And then, we stopped. Somewhere between moving and living, we just quit exploring, found what was easy, what was close, and what was routine. And that became our life. 4 years of that. 4 years of waiting for special occasions. But during the week, it was the same order and the same routine. Personally, I like it when things stay consistent. Guarantees. Less guesswork on my end, and less things that can go wrong. And why take the risk when you already have things steady? But this night was different. Around dinner, my wife asked if I wanted to grab something with her. What do you want? Wait, I have an idea, and without even thinking, ran straight to the fridge, grabbed a marker, and wrote out the usual 2. She looked at it, and I can confidently say she was not amused. No. Shut down immediately. She pulled up something on her phone, handed me the menu, and said, "What about Nixta?" First thing I pick up is something unfamiliar. Duck? Here's what I forgot. When you're comfortable, you think you're happy. You're not miserable. The food is fine. Life is just fine. But fine isn't the same as being alive. Fine isn't really going to inspire you to unlock your creativity. And I forgot what it felt like to be curious about something. In a world full of reviews and ratings, that does feel a little bit too risky. But maybe in 2026, that's something I should change. First bite, duck confit, watermelon radish, shaved white onions, salsa cruda, cilantro. And it's like, oh, this is why we moved here. I look at her and she was already planning the next place. And that's when I realized she never stopped exploring. I did. She was just waiting for me to remember why we came here in the first place. When you break one routine, it's easy to break the next one. So we didn't go home. We just kept going. And somewhere in between the second place and the third, I stopped thinking about what I normally do. Stopped defaulting to safe. Started saying yes to things I didn't recognize. The thing about living with someone is they see the patterns you don't. The ways you've gotten smaller without even realizing it. And if you're lucky, they don't let you stay there. They pull up a menu and say, "What about this?" And then you have one very, very, very easy yet important job to do. Just say yes. Because she wasn't just suggesting a restaurant. She was reminding me that there's a whole world out there. Experiences I haven't had.
Even though it's freezing right now, I can't feel my fingers. It's delicious.
Places I've been walking past for so long. All I had to do was be willing to say the one word standing in between comfort and actually living. Before heading out, we needed something authentic. Something that made us feel alive, and boy did we get it here. It wasn't just the food.
These are definitely the best ones.
It was the workers who were just as thrilled as the hungry customers. In the middle of the night, way past my bedtime.
I'm done.
But man, if I could, I would definitely do it again.
It never gets old.
I'm usually consumed by what's next. And maybe that's what makes me default to what I know in the first place. This chase for time. When you don't have to think about it, you don't really have to waste time on it. But for tonight, I'm not thinking about tomorrow. Not planning, not defaulting, just being present. And that's enough. Our loved ones, they're our inspiration. Even when we don't necessarily feel it, it's around us. And maybe just for them, it's worth nudging our limits. I wish I could say everything changed. That the next morning, I woke up a different person. But the old pattern was still there. Waiting. And I almost fell back into it without thinking. But this time, I caught it. Chose something else instead. Not because it's easy, but because she's still planning the next one. And I don't want to miss it.